What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Let's jump right into it. So today I'm going to go into pretty much the top scandals in sports for cheating wise. So I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to go through pick and choose. So now this is on ranker.com. Of course, I will definitely link the website down below. So this one is actually number 3 on the list. Is Lance Armstrong uses illicit substance, and I remember this very well. Of course, Lance Armstrong won the Tour de France 7 times, but ultimately was stripped of his titles after it was discovered in 2012 that Armstrong had actually was using substance, so was doping the whole time. While Armstrong never failed a drug test during his career, which is really odd. That means those drug tests probably were not actually strong enough to actually pick up a drug like what he was actually doping with. It was discovered that Armstrong was part of a cover-up. Armstrong also lost sponsorships from Nike and, of course, Anheuser-Busch. Well, that was like a huge loss, especially Nike. Now, I agree that this is scandalous. Cheating is cheating, and it should not be an actual thing, right? So, now, NBA referee bets on games he officiated, which is number 4 on the list. Of course, this one seemed like it was closer than what it was. But in 2007, the NBA discovered their own referee, Tim Donaghy, whatever, bet on games in which he officiated from 2003 to 2007. I really never liked him as a referee. Donaghy was sentenced to 15 months in prison, which is really crazy. But yeah, like, you bet on games that he officiated, that's definitely tanking and cheating in my opinion. So yeah, that was one of the top things, and it was just crazy. And then Marion Jones, which I was really shocked that she had done this, she used steroids at the Olympics. She actually used them at the 2000 Sydney Olympics. She was stripped of her title. She was also sentenced to 6 months in prison. In jail, she was actually sentenced to 6 months in jail for lying to federal agents about it, which is a big no-no, of course. Jones now stays busy on the speaking circuit, where she warns against the dangers of making costly mistakes, which, yeah, not only that, that's still cheating, and she lied about it, It's just how it was. So, now this one goes way, way back. So, like, cheating actually goes on ages and ages and ages, right? So, in 1919, everybody knows 8 White Sox players fits the 1919 World Series, which I actually watched a documentary on it. I think it was 8 Men Out, or it was another one. It was just, like, very interesting, and, So, in the fall of 1919, 8 members of the Chicago White Sox allegedly threw the World Series to receive money from bookies. And it's crazy they had bookies back then. The facts of the case are still disputed, but all 8 players, including Shoeless Joe Jackson, which he was like a big name, were banned for life by Major League Baseball. That means they're not even allowed to be in the Hall of Fame. So, now, my thought on this process is that what I actually discovered and researched like a while back. I actually had to watch this film, I believe, for a class that I had for my master's degree, and it seemed like that Shoeless Joe Jackson wasn't really a part of everything, but he kind of got caught up in the mix, and I think he did lie, maybe, but he never actually was one of the ones who was going to receive money or something like that, just because I believe he had a family, and he was trying to make money for his family, but he's trying to do it the right way, I believe. Now, I don't remember a lot about it, but that's my intake on it. But that's still, that's wrong on so many levels, but I think it still happens, right? You just never know. Let's see what else we can find. There's so many. Astros get caught stealing signs, of course. The Houston Astros won the 2017 World Series in one of the feel-good stories in recent sports history until 2 years later, when an investigation revealed the team had been using technology to steal signs and signaling their players during games. The Boston Red Sox were also implicated in the scandal, and ultimately 3 managers across the league, AJ Hinch, Jeff Luhnow, and Carlos Beltran, lost their jobs. So I was really surprised about Beltran doing something like that. I always respected him as a player, for sure. the results of the 2017 and 2018 World Series were tainted, and the Astros also lost the future draft picks. Yeah. Um, so this, and I don't know if you've all heard me before talk about this and discuss it, but this was like a major thing in baseball. There's always cheating going on, it seems like, in baseball alone, steroids, stealing signs, throwing games, whatever, and it's just tanking it and all that fun stuff. So, like, there's always something going on in baseball, it seems like, more than any other sport or that we can see, right? Yeah. So that one was very scandalous. That should never happen. They should never be able to really even be in baseball ever again. They should be banned, in my opinion. Now, pay to injure scheme. I remember this one oh so well for New Orleans Saints. Now, the New Orleans Saints didn't gamble on winning or losing, but they did offer incentives to players to deliberately injure players of opposing teams between 2009 and 2011. Defensive coordinator Greg Williams, the ringleader in this game, is banned from football indefinitely. Yeah, I think that took a while for him to even be banned. Head coach Sean Payton was suspended for a season, which I feel like Sean Payton actually knew about it, and I lost somewhat respect for him because I used to have like a lot of respect for this man. And then all this came out. I'm like, how did he not know? Maybe he didn't, but I feel like he did know. But that's just my opinion. So, I just think that's wrong to do that. To actually pay somebody on hurting somebody else during a game. Football's already rough enough, concussions and things like that, serious injuries, So, yeah, that was totally illegal, I feel like, on so many levels. And just unsportsmanlike, you need to be sportsmanlike if you're going to play sports, in my opinion. So definitely that's a big scandal on my list. Now, Sammy Sosa used steroids. Everybody knows all that. I'm not going to get into that. That was a big no-no. And now he's actually changed like the color of his skin a little bit. He looks so different now, which is crazy, right? So everybody knows that he used PEDs, but that's when it, basically the steroid era. Him and pretty much Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire. And Barry Bonds is on this list as well. Everybody knows that he uses them. Mark McGwire is on this list, of course. So, yeah, everybody knows what happened, right? I mean, steroids should be illegal, and they should have already been banned a long time ago, and they never were until past several years. Now, New England Patriots deflate footballs. Okay, in 2015, the New England Patriots were caught deflating footballs below league standards during AFC playoffs, which makes the balls easier to throw and catch. The Patriots were fined $1 million and to forfeit draft picks. Quarterback Tom Brady was suspended 4 games for his involvement, but the suspension was eventually overturned by a judge. Now, supposedly, if I remember correctly, he had a phone. The phone was supposed to have like a lot of messages on it, and he wound up throwing it away or something like that, or it was gotten rid of, and nothing ever happened from that. So I really don't know what to make of all of this. I just know that they did do this. That's illegal. Don't do it. Play the right way. Don't cheat. That's my opinion on it. I heard if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but that's wrong in my opinion. Patriots been caught up in a couple other things, but that's all I'm going to go for today. But yes, the moral of the story is do not cheat. And I will list this website down below so you guys go check out all the other stuff because this is a really cool article from Ranker. So love this. Now, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not. Also, tell me what you want me to discuss next or whatever. Thank you guys so much. See ya.